Hey everybody, it's Steven GetMoneyMyrick here, and as you can tell, Street Fighter Duel has dropped. That's right, it's here, and we are going to be taking a look at 5 tips I have for some of you all that maybe you missed on your first time through. Because as you can see, there's a lot going on. I've still got a ton of exclamation points I haven't cleared out. So these are 5 things that as you're playing you might not have noticed that I think will just be a little beneficial to you and you might have had a question about, so we're going to address them right here. Before I go any further, I did want to say that if you like Street Fighter Duel content and you're interested in me making more content, the #1 way you can help me out is by hitting that subscribe button and that like button. That really tells me that you guys want to see more Street Fighter Duel content. So the very first thing I wanted to cover is some of the stuff within the fighting interface. You all have probably already started doing the tutorials, doing some matches, and you've seen that there's like an element of building combos, doing supers and whatever, and you've noticed that there is an auto fight mode within the game. So if we, just do a fight here, and I'm probably going to lose because this is a bad team, you'll notice that I have this auto fight on, and you can adjust the speed, and you'll notice there are certain people that are set up to do super attacks and people that are set up to do different combos within the order. But what you might have missed is that within the interface down here in the left-hand corner, you can see there's actually the ability to select who is going to be the person that's doing your super combo, who's going to be the first combo, combo 2, and combo 3, and you're actually able to go in and modify these heroes. So even if you're doing an idle fight and you're doing an auto battle, you can still set up different interfaces and have different selections of your heroes, which could be really cool if you have a set team and you want to like prioritize AoE damage or certain AoE combos. Maybe you want to prioritize an assassin hitting a backline. I think that's going to be really important as the game progresses and you kind of have to build your team in order to defeat different types of lineups. While we are here in the fight interface, we're going to move on to item number 2 of things you might have missed, and that is the bonuses you get when you're building your team. So if you click up here in this top middle area here, you can actually see some of the bonuses you get. If you use 2 fighters from the same faction, attack bonus plus 15, 4 fighters from the same faction, and 2 from a different faction, you get all these bonuses. So this is something you can keep in mind when building your team, that if you're building from the same faction, wind, fire, electric, lightning, I don't know what they call it, you can build them together and make a stronger team. So you might be wondering, how do I get 4 fighters from the same faction, 2 from the different faction, when I only have 3 slots or 4 slots? And that's because the assist characters actually count towards it. So you can see if I remove Ryu here and put in another fire hero, you'll see that I've lost the 4 hero selection, but if I put the wind back in here, we are going up and we are unlocking the 4 fighter thing. So you can come up here, you can see what different combinations are, and along with that, this kind of a hidden thing, and I'll probably make a video discussing it, but there are definitely heroes that, depending on who you own, they actually get buffed and do more damage. So you can see Chun-Li, for example, has bonds with Cammy, Guile, and Bison, and they don't even have to be in the lineup, you just have to own them. So the more you own, the better your heroes are going to be, and that's kind of a hidden little thing that if I do a breakdown on combat, I'll probably dive a little bit more into. The third thing I want to talk about is how you join a guild and a little bit about some of the guild questions I had. Guilds do not unlock until you've completed campaign 2-20, and I was definitely under the impression that it was specific to which developer you were on, because there's 2 different developers for this game. There's Crunchyroll and A+ on the global version, and I thought it was like which version you had to determine what guild you're in. But guilds are actually region specific. So if you are talking with somebody and you want to join their guild, it's important to ask them, what region are you in, because guilds are region specific. They are not server specific, and you can actually change your server, and we'll talk a little bit about that more later in a different video. But they are region specific. So we've got people from server 5 mixed in with server 10 with server 1. None of that matters, but the important thing is we're all in the same region. And again, you can have different developers for the game. You could be on the A+ version or the Crunchyroll version of the game and still play with similar members and guild members as long as you're in the same region. The fourth thing I want to talk about is Awakening. Awakening is going to be a super important part to this game, getting your heroes to SSS Awakening, because right now we're just able to summon like C, B, and A heroes, but you're able to use those heroes as food in order to get higher levels. So I wanted to show you guys this button here. Let me move myself in the bottom left for the Awakening preview. This will give you an idea of what you need in order to hit certain levels. So if you had an A Chun-Li plus an A Chun-Li, you're getting A plus Chun-Li. And then you have an A plus Chun-Li plus 2 other A pluses that are wind type, you get an S Chun-Li. Then if you get an S Chun-Li with another Chun-Li copy who's an A+, which you know is another 2 copies, then you get the SS Chun-Li. And then in order to get an SSS Chun-Li, you need 2 SS Chun-Lis. So you can go through, you can do the math. I'm not going to do it. And you can see it's a little different for different factions. But that gives you an idea at least of what you need in order to awaken, and is really highlighting the importance of kind of what we would call food in games I play in the past, that you can build bad heroes up in order to just use them to, you know, make your stronger heroes more powerful. And the 5th and final thing I wanted to cover was this daily mission to strengthen equipment one time. A lot of people have been asking questions about how you do this. The important thing to know with strengthening equipment is that it has to be blue equipment. You can see if I do this green equipment, I am unable to level it up. And there's a few different ways to get blue equipment. One is to unlock 4-8 in the campaign mode. Another way is if you're in Shadowloo City, you can see there's some blocks that are sale blocks and you can spend gems in order to get blue equipment. But basically you're going to need blue or higher gear in order to actually complete that daily challenge. So those were just 5 things I've kind of run into in this first day. Hopefully you found them helpful. If you're interested in more ideas or if you have questions about the game, make sure to leave them in the comments below. I'll be putting out a bunch of videos about Street Fighter Duel within the next few weeks here. So please make sure you're subscribed to my channel, and I hope you all have a great day. Bye.